Strong rookie class entering the W this season. What rookies are you expecting big things from?
It was a great rookie class. But I do want to say this. I think I read yesterday there were 36 rookies drafted and only 13 made a squad.
Yeah, I seen a couple of them got cut.
Yeah. And some that were pretty good that I thought would make a team.
Yeah.
But when I look at the ones that did make a team, when I watch preseason, excuse me, I think, so Chicago had 2 preseason games, and I thought Angel Reese played really well in both of those preseason games. A rookie from Dallas, her name is Jaylen Brown, actually. No one knew anything about her. The kid can flat out go. And then the kid they drafted from Ohio State, J.C. Sheldon, she's going to be good. Obviously, Caitlin, I think, for me with Caitlin, I think it's going to depend on how she can get her teammates to play with her. You know what I mean? Because at Iowa, she did everything. You know, however many shots you want to take, whatever you want to do with the ball, you can do. It's just a different ball game. And you have some players like an Aaliyah Boston, an Alyssa Smith, a Kelsey Mitchell, like they got to have a rock.
It's like when Steph came into the league, right? They have to get used to the style, right? When you throw the pass and I cut, I'm looking to get the ball back. I pass you, like, the problem is, too, it's not like training camp where in training camp we're figuring out, okay, this person like that. Like when we had John Wall, right? You know how, like, he does the pick and roll going one way and we float up? We realize that he's making that corner pass. When he sensed that guard, when he can see the defender come up, he's making that corner pass. And we realized that after, day 3, that's where he's throwing the ball. He's not coming here throwing it like that.
Yeah.
He's coming here firing it to that corner. So when he did pick and roll, me and Kirk Heinrichs, we had to tell each other, just stay in the corner, because that's where the pass is. So we had to learn his mannerisms. The W, they don't have enough. You're not giving them enough time to gel, to figure it out before the season.
Training camp's 2 weeks. Like when you look at the rookie class, the draft was on May, I don't know, whatever the date was. And then a week later, those players are going to training camp. So you got about 2 weeks of training camp. Then you're playing a preseason game, and then the season starts.
Yeah.
So there is no time to really gel together.
And that's how it's been.
And like I'm getting,
for sure.
But I'm saying that's wild to me that you're coming off of like Caitlin or Camille, coming off of a college season, rolling right into the draft. Now you league now, go.
I can see why so many players are getting cut. The adjustment period from college to the W, you don't even give me time to adjust. Like, where's I gotta lift and get ready for the physical part? Like, think about.
And that's a big part of it. Like, that's a big adjustment part, is the speed, the quickness, the physicality. It's very different from college.
Mm-hmm.
But the other part, yes, we need more teams, which thank goodness we have at least 2 more coming. It also says that the talent that's already in the league is good. No, it's good.
It is, okay, like, let's just say they ended college, right? When they ended college, and in 2 weeks, they got to try for the NBA. Mm-hmm. Majority of those guys are not beating the 15th player.
No,
right?
I agree.
What ends up happening is because they're not physically strong enough. So those guys, they're spending 2-3 months, not even 2-3 months. The end of season, March.
Yeah.
They don't have to be prepared physically,
for sure,
mentally, skill-wise into October 1st.
For sure.
Guess what?
Look how many months you get to train on your body to be ready to face training camp.
No, I agree. I agree with that.
Guess what? That's not my motherfucking problem. You're now a professional.
I agree with
You're
that
not.
too.
And listen, when you in school, you know what you prepare for when you on your last year or that year you say you gonna go? You prepare yourself to go.
Yep.
So you in the weight room, you in there preparing to be a professional. You know what I'm thinking, Caitlin thinking? I'm holding my game back because I have an expectation to be this type of player once I get to the WNBA, which is to adapt to the style of play. I got to get my teammates involved. I got to do the things that I usually didn't do in college to show them that I can do it. When I'm telling Caitlin to tell everybody to move the fuck around, I'm here now. Y'all need to adjust to my style of play. Fuck all that trying to get you involved and get you involved. That didn't help y'all. Did y'all win? Did y'all win the championship? Hell no.
Did who win a championship?
Indiana. No.
Neither
You didn't
did
come
Iowa.
close.
But neither
Right?
did
So
Iowa.
Caitlin
Neither
is
did
there.
Iowa, though.
Caitlin is there like Wemby's there. I'm here to make an impact. I'm here to change the culture around here. Y'all need to adapt to me. Y'all need to adapt. I don't need to be coming in here passing to y'all and trying to just try to be this team player.
But she was a passer, though.
She's a very great, and that's what they're
She's a
saying about
passer.
it. Like, look, she's so good at passing that she's gonna be able to get y'all open. But let me establish me as being
but
as
here's
a
the
dominant
difference.
threat
But here's
first.
the difference in that, because she's a very good passer. The physicality of the game on this level is very different than what Caitlin, Angel, Camilla, all of them saw in college, right? So a lot of the stuff with Caitlin handling the ball, when you were talking about Luka, right? And Dort putting all the pressure on him. There are players who are going to get up in her space from the time she touches the ball, and they're going to be very physical with her. And so that alone is going to take her out of her game. She even said herself after preseason game, the speed, the quickness, the physicality of the first preseason game they played is different, and it's something that I got to get used to.
You know what she was doing? She was being modest.
No, she wasn't.
You can see
doing?
it.
Cheryl, you were in the building
I
for
watched
that
the last
game.
game.
You could see it.
I just watched the last game, and I seen the pressure they was trying to put on her, coast to coast, bucket, and one. And she did it only a couple times because she wanted to show that I can do this. I could just run right.
and so
I'm
I'm sorry,
faster
let me
than
respond.
you. I'm better than
But
you.
let me tell you how- let me tell you
I'm
why
delegating
that
my
was.
game because you guys want to see
But
this.
I'll also tell you why that was. That game you're talking about was against Atlanta.
Yes,
I
the
saw,
Dream.
I saw
Yes.
it. First of all, those players that she had in, they ain't make the team. So she's playing some of those players to see, I got to make cuts, so let me put you in. So those players that were in,
I'm showing you what I can do. I'll show you. I can take it coast to coast. Any one of y'all want to come up and push up on me, I'll go right by you. Like I was doing in school. I was going right by them. Her foot speed, her ability, her skill set outside of having a midi, which I always say she needs to get better at the midi. But the things that she knows as far as the game and the elements of creating space to get her shot off, one. Two, to get right by you to get the fucking bucket. Two, make that the perfect pass and the extra pass. Three, like she's got it. She's got it. She just needs to do it. And she needs the team to know I'm out here to do this shit.
But
Y'all
Watch-
don't need to be hating.
Watch the game tonight.
But that's what I'm but because I know who she has to play against. But that's what I'm saying. The W has to do a better job of acclimating the players, because most of the time has nothing to do with the skill. If they're coming into the draft and you're drafting this person 10, they probably do have skill. What they're gonna get beat up in training camp, right? You can't do that in it. Like even when I went through my first training camp, even though I trained for training camp, I still have to go against the body that, okay, he was a little stronger than I was. Now I got to sit in the weight room a little bit more. But my skill level, I'm 10 times better than him. He's just physically bigger than me.
Yeah.
Now, if you cut
because he's been a pro.
bro, but that's what I'm saying. If you cut me before I adjust,
Right.
if you cut everybody, you cut Tatum before he adjusted. You cut these players before they got to adjust. If you cut them 2 weeks out of college, you won't even have an NBA.
Well, but Gil, the only
You
way-
won't have an NBA.
But the only way that changes is you then have to change the W season,
Yeah.
right? So if you want to have a longer training camp, so you're giving these players, these rookies, longer to adjust and adapt, then you got to change the time of the season.
Yep.
And right now they can't change that because then you're going to be going up against NBA.
Yeah, it's the first month of NBA. Nobody watch that bullshit anyway.
I'm just saying.
But that's what I'm saying,
If I agree with, because the adjustment alone, they absolutely should have more time. But
It's just like-
there's a lot of different.
You're cutting 22.
that
Like
go with that.
I'm sorry.
That's a lot. That's a lot of
I'm not
players.
cutting no 22-year-old, 21-year-old for a 38, 39-year-old. I'm sorry. That is watering down your league because they have the experience, but that you're missing the new wave of a game coming in.
But
you're keeping.
Don't do that. Don't do that with the age.
What I'm saying is, but you're keeping.
saying 38, 39. I hear what you're saying. But LeBron's still playing.
Yes.
He's
saying-
taking a roster spot.
What I'm saying is, but he's still.
LeBron is still playing, and he's still
You have one.
doing.
Exception. That's an exception.
You have one.
But so
what I'm saying is
even
you're-
in the W, right? Because people even last year were like, DeWanna Bonner needs to retire. Let some of the younger players play. Because DeWanna Bonner, I don't know how old is she. DeWanna Bonner, Diana Taurasi, probably the two oldest in the
Yep.
league.
They're 42,
I don't know her age.
43.
And DeWanna Bonner destroyed.
36.
DeWanna Bonner destroyed players last year.
But what is the average? What is the like what I'm
I
saying?
don't know the average age.
What
I'm
saying is
going to say the average age is probably
30.
late 20s.
But that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, for the most part, when you're cutting your young talent, think about the young talent, the young mind. They're not jaded by old school, the style, the we need to do 26 passes before. They're not jaded to that, right? You're talking about players that's coming from 99, 2000, 2001, right? Think about the style of basketball back then. Like even LeBron. LeBron don't know how to do a Euro without traveling, for the most part. You know, his game is still he's still basic.
But it works.
But now think about everybody else around him, right? That's what you're missing the Lucas. You're missing the Ja Morant types. You're missing all this new skill that's coming into the league because you're cutting them and keeping the older generation. Now these kids mentally are getting like you need to watch some of the older to put a younger game in. It has to happen.
Like
The average age is 27.3 in 2023. So
like if you got rid of LeBron, like with the Lakers right now, they would all be like, oh, about time. Now we can play basketball the way
It ain't
we
even
want.
LeBron. It ain't even LeBron because he's still dominant. We're talking about think about some of those guys at the end of the bench that are 36, 37, 38.
What is the style of players? What I'm talking about?
What am I still holding you around for? What do you do? Okay, you're a good vet. You're a good vet because the rest of my team is 22, 23, 21. That's why you're a good vet. I don't need my whole team 35 and up.
No, for sure.
And that doesn't exist. That doesn't exist in the W. Your whole team's not that. You probably have, I would say, I don't know, maybe 4 teams that have older players, but it's only 1 or 2. And I think those vets are good for the younger players coming in.
Like 13 out of 36.
I mean,
I know, I hate that number.
That is
But
not a
also,
that's not a good not a good look for the league
But
itself.
until there are more teams, that's
sister,
going to happen.
My sister was playing Tulsa Sock. This was going into she was supposed to go into her 5th year, and she got cut for Marion Jones for the sake of the name. This was the track Marion Jones.
Yeah, Marion Jones, the track Marion Jones.
For the sake of just having her on, she never played, none of that stuff, right? But my sister was jaded from that experience because she felt like she definitely not only deserved a spot, but she could really play, she could contribute. But like you're saying, those other younger girls that are getting cut for players who are just for the namesake, they're older and people still want to come see these players play, but it's not contributing to the game, it's contributing to the ticket sales. Those are the decisions that the WNBA needs to make because like you're saying, those girls that are getting cut are going to the other side and they're like, damn, am I good enough? Am I good enough to play?
They don't really come back.
Are you saying the WNBA should be the one to cut or get rid of
No,
some?
it ain't W. It's team.
It's the team.
I know, it's
It's
the
a
team.
team.
But you said that's where the WNBA needs
to evaluate. They need to evaluate what to do with the younger players based on keeping older players for ticket sales or notoriety, or the fact that they want to bring in these younger talent just because they want to better the team. Because the younger talent can contribute to the team's success, but they just might not have the names.
But it also don't mean just because they're younger that they're better.
No, 100%. 100%.
It's for me. It's I gotta I don't know. It's like you gotta watch it. If I know someone is more skillful, but they're just getting manhandled, I'm gonna keep that player because I know once you get strong, or just like this person, that you're gonna surpass.
You know what they need.
Just right now, like it's just like AAU basketball, right? The number one players in the country, they're going to all be about 6'10", 6'9". They're just stronger than everybody else. It takes the guards, the skinny kids, probably till college when they really get on the weight room program, to catch up to the body size. And once they catch up to the body size, they are more superior because they had to be skillful early versus the guy who's just bruting through everybody.
Yep.
So it's something you have to watch and say, okay, skill, but it has to be. That's why I said it has to be. For a college kid, he literally gets if he don't make the tournament, I don't have to go against this pro.
Oh, for sure.
Until
for sure.
March, I don't have to go against you to October.
7 months.
So I get to work on my body for 7 months, and I'm still not ready, but I'm not where I was when I first got out of college, because that's college basketball. The W is not college basketball. So you're telling me I supposed to come from the swimming pool right to the ocean where you've been just sitting there swimming the whole time.
Right.
I'm shark beat.
It's different water too. It's different
water.
Salt water.
I disagree with you, but there are players.
You got MVPs in this.
There are people out there who say, "Oh, the W ain't any different than college, so yeah, she'll go and be right." It happens. There are players. I wish the W would even add a few more roster spots, right? Because no doubt there are players that get cut that are good enough and they should be playing in the league. Jalen Sheryl, who played at Colorado, I thought she had the best shot at making the Liberty team, and she got cut. And my reason was, first of all, Jalen could score the ball, but she's a defender. And when I look at the Liberty team, especially on the perimeter,
They need
Benijah Laney's the only perimeter defender they have. Like, you need somebody else that can come in and help your team. So when you talk about can the Liberty give the Aces a run for their money? I don't think with the team, they have the same team they had last year.
Let's say someone gets cut. Can another team pick them up?
Mm-hmm. They have to clear waivers and so that happens. But
how many players on the team?
12.
Oh, they're still at the 12.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's 3 extra on us. We got 15.
Yeah, so that's what they're still in the 90s or 80s when they only had 12.
Well, when the league started, we actually had, I want to say we had like 14, 15 players and 2 on IR.
Yeah. They got rid of that, expanded more teams, which ended up being the same amount of number anyway.
Yeah.
So there are 4 games tonight.
It just sucks.